It is now mandatory for contracts between buyers and suppliers to contain terms of payment, conditions for termination and dispute resolution mechanisms. According to Competition Authority of Kenya, the move is meant to protect buyers and retailers from abuse of buyer power.
Delayed payments by a buyer, unilateral termination of an agreement, a buyer's refusal to receive or return goods without justifiable reasons in breach of contractual terms, demand for preferential terms, as well as when buyers transfer costs such as marketing expenses, are the most common forms of abuse of buyer power.
And one of the things that the Competition Authority normally looks at is that when parties are trying to merge with others, we normally undertake assessment of that merger. And once we have done the assessment, is that the merger can have three likely outcomes. One is that the merger can be approved unconditionally. Two, the merger can be approved with conditions. Or three, that the merger can actually be stopped from going ahead. However, in doing this, the authority normally requires the party to make a full notification, and that will give information relating to the markets that the party is operating. And once the authority has gotten this information, it will review the transaction, see the markets, see the likely concerns, and especially we are looking at whether that merger would likely lead to anti-competitive practices.
In efforts to protect retailers and suppliers from abuse of buyer power, the Competition Authority of Kenya has made it mandatory for contracts between the buyer and the supplier to contain terms of payment, conditions for termination, and dispute resolution mechanisms.
That the authority cannot work in isolation, just looking at transactions, just what is happening within its jurisdiction. We have to go beyond that. We are cooperating with other agencies. If you look at the discussions that are happening around, like now, the East Africa Competition Authority is almost becoming functional. Commercial competition is there. Discussions around tripartite ACFTA. That competition agencies have to collaborate and look at the global entities and how they are behaving in their markets.
So far, 38 million shillings owed to MSMEs in the insurance value chain have been disbursed following investigations into abuse of buyer power, targeting 18 insurance companies that had not honored clients' claims. To avert such occurrences, the Competition Authority of Kenya is advising businesses to enhance record keeping to facilitate easy retrieval of evidence. Regina Manyara reporting for Prime Edition.